And hundreds attended a candlelight vigil held at Dunbar Pavilion in downtown Tucson tonight in memory of George Floyd, who was killed by Minneapolis police 1 week ago today. News 4 Tucson's Mark Mangura has their powerful message.
From the beginning of tonight's candlelight vigil, organizers said they wanted a peaceful event. And with a crowd that easily surpassed the protests of this weekend, they got just that.
If you're hurt, put your hand in the air. Let the world see that we're hurt. We're here for George. Say his name, George.
The crowd overflowed out of Dunbar Pavilion for the vigil. Supporters spilled onto the streets as speakers shared their experiences of police brutality.
For those who want to know who my father was, he was a gentleman. He was a humble man.
Black lives.
Others had a message for what they say needs to be done.
We as a nation are the masters of our fate and the conquerors of our soul. Only with peace can there be peace.
For the members of law enforcement that call themselves our allies, being a decent officer is no longer enough.
There was a moment of silence for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. The same amount of time George Floyd was pinned to the ground with a police officer's knee on his neck. It was a peaceful result after a weekend in Tucson that was filled with riots and vandalism.
This is exactly who Tucson is. We have heart, we have soul. We are a tight-knit community that is used to marching and rallying and gathering peacefully.
It was about being heard, and they were heard. The people there heard, and the people that were speaking tonight were heard. And that's what I'm happy about. Everybody who spoke today, unbelievable.
Organizers wanted to emphasize that this is who they are, a peaceful group fighting for change. As a part of our team coverage here tonight with KVOA, we'll now go to David Kelly, who has more on tonight's candlelight vigil. David.
A counter-protest broke out at the end of tonight's Enough is Enough rally. Now, the group behind that counter-protest did not verbally identify themselves, but let me show you the name and the logo that was seen on several of the signs that they were holding. PSL, the Party of Socialism and Liberation. This group identifies themselves as a revolutionary Marxist party here in the United States. So what we have here at the end of the day is two groups fighting for the same thing, but with drastically different points of view.
We just want to stand in solidarity because with the black community, because, you know, this is state-sanctioned violence.
What would I be if I said, you know, F them or forget them? I love them. I love them. They love me. We don't see eye to eye on many things, but at the end of the day, we're fighting for the same thing they're fighting for.
We can't deny that the system targets black lives, and we need to be aware that it's not individual incidents, it's a systemic problem.
There's been a lot of talk this weekend about whether some of these more radical groups like the Party of Socialism and Liberation are outside driven. On Saturday, Tucson Police Chief Chris Magnus said he believes many of the protesters from Friday night were not from Tucson. Obviously, PSL is a national organization. However, the woman that I spoke with, Tanya, did say she is from Tucson. We've got you covered here just north of downtown. I'm David Kelly, News 4, Tucson.